How's it going, guys? Welcome to my brand new channel. This is Mitchell Trades, and I am your host, Mitchell Mengarance. As you may or may not have guessed already, this is a trading channel, okay, specifically focused on trading options. So the basis of this channel is going to be how I keep a daily account of what I do trading options in the stock market, trying to see if I can meet my goals, my weekly goal, my monthly goal, my yearly goal, and you guys will be here for the ride, being able to check out all of my trades. Full transparency, okay? There's no embellishments here, okay? This is full transparency, what I am doing, the moves I am making, the money I'm making, and the money that I'm losing. Hopefully not too much of that. My money's truly at stake here. I'm truly trying to make $1 into $2. And that's where the channel's motto comes into play. Trade like you need it, because truth be told, I kind of do need it. I'm trying to trade full time, be a YouTuber as well. So yeah, there's stuff on the line. I need to trade well, so that's where the discipline is going to come into play. And I'd argue this might be one of the few YouTube channels where you get an actual in-depth look into all the pros, the cons, the mistakes, the good plays, everything that a trader would normally go through on a day-to-day basis, but I feel like with an elevated stake. So that said, the channel is going to be broken down into basically a video before the week to highlight my strategies for the upcoming week. Then we're going to do daily shorts about how my week is going. So I'll show you how Monday went, how Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. I'll show you where I am in my week-to-date goals up until that point. And then I'll break down how my week went after Friday. Maybe you get inspired. Maybe you want to follow some of these trades. But that said, this is not in any way financial advice. I am not a pro trader, okay, not at all. So if you're following my trades, if you would like to do them, that is on you. I ain't got nothing to do with it, buddy, okay? I'm just a guy that watches a lot of CNBC, specifically Fast Money, greatest trading show, group of traders on TV. I swear to God, I live by those people. So maybe a few of you already know me, and if you do, maybe it's from Mitchell Travels. That is my travel channel that I've had for quite a few years. Okay, I travel the world. I make like Anthony Bourdain-ish type episodes. If you can, subscribe to that channel as well, because I am still doing content for that. But for now, come along for the ride, enjoy, subscribe, like, check out my stuff. If you want to make fun of these plays, if you want to give me advice, please, if you have advice, drop it in the comments, because I am all for it. Again, I am not a pro. So if you guys have any tips, any strategies you want to share, please drop them in the comments. I am more than open to listen to any of them. I just know what kind of works for me, what hasn't worked for me. And I feel like at this point, I've stepped on a lot of landmines, not all of them, but I've stepped on a lot. It's all in my head. And that's what trading is. It's all in your head. It's how good you're able to sustain just the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of the market. So come along with me and see how I do. So that was my intro, and as promised, every week there's going to be a what are my strategies, my upcoming strategies video. So I'm just going to incorporate it into this intro video, kill two birds with one stone. So let's talk about my strategies for the week of October 7th, 2024. We are in October, and October is a seasonably very volatile month. And even though the S&P and the Dow and not the NASDAQ, but the S&P and the Dow, they're currently at all-time highs, volatility is just sticky, man. I think the VIX is over 20. We're looking at a market that's like unbelievably isn't even thinking about, oh, hey, I remember there's an election and October usually sucks. So, let's tank, because I'm the market and I tend to do whatever I want to do anyway. I think that there's a lot of choppiness ahead. That said, I always like to start my week, especially in these seasonally down periods, with maybe some spy puts for the end of the week. Not a big position, okay? I like to have something for Friday, just in case, you wake up Monday morning and it's like, oh, the world is over, we're down 2%, whatever, you want to have some money made on that side. So this week we have quite a bit of Fed speak, but there's Fed speak seemingly every day. Like, the only Fed statement that really matters is J Powell, let's be honest. But besides that, on the economic calendar, we do have CPI. Okay, and even though CPI, as per the Fed, is not as important, like the inflation gauge is not as important as it once was. It's more about jobs now. It's important to know, because maybe inflation comes in hot and something changes. You always want to be prepared for that sort of volatility, because that could define where the market goes towards the end of the week. right? And we also have core PPI, I believe, on Friday. So you want to, keep an eye out for that because that's super important as well. That said, those kind of volatile events, I like to have SPY calls and puts for those events. So if Thursday is CPI, maybe on Wednesday, I want to start a position that expires Thursday for SPY calls and puts, preferably both of them in the money or very, very close to being in the money. Let them ride out because I've learned that you need to let those plays play. You need to let those plays play. We also have a few important earnings, like earnings season is about to begin. And normally that is when the banks start to report. So JP and Wells Fargo, they both report on Friday. Before that, we do have PepsiCo on Tuesday, pre-market, and we also have Delta, not on Tuesday. And the implied volatility on all of those stocks is very low. So the expected move, I believe in JP last I checked, was about 3.5%. Not very large. So you definitely want to get puts and calls that are pretty much in the money just in case. I want to be getting those since it does report on Friday, and that leaves me really, really, really little time for that play to play out, and the IV crush and theta is going to be crazy. I'm going to be buying them for the following week, so calls and puts for October 18th. And when it comes to Delta, I'll do something for October 11th, calls and puts as well, within the implied move, which I believe at this point stands at about 7%. So actually, I had a Delta play. I had some calls that bailed me out on Friday because I was having a terrible week until that worked out. Thank you, jobs report. That totally bailed me out. And what I like to do, what's been working for me recently, is playing both sides of an earnings call, right? Since earnings are very binary, or you hope that they will be binary, you want to buy calls and you want to buy puts that are within the implied volatility range. And if it shoots up extremely high to the upside or down extremely to the downside, you would hope that the amount that you make on either side, whichever direction it goes, is more than what you're going to lose with the other play that ultimately is going to expire worthless at some point. So most of the time this works. However, sometimes it can backfire. Recently, it's been a very, very good move for me to just kind of play these binary events, both sides of them. And it always helps to lean in a specific direction. So like, let's say I want to play $1,000 in total for JP. Maybe I want to play 600 worth of calls and 400 worth of puts. And hopefully I'm right, but if I'm wrong, hopefully the puts, the amount that I make on the puts is going to be more than the 600 that I could inevitably lose on the call side of things if it does tank. Right? And this works extremely well when it comes down to earnings that just go in crazy directions, like PDD recently that tanked, Target that just exploded, but sometimes they don't work out, and we'll get into that in another video. Because man, that IV crush sometimes, that'll make you cry. And last but not least, I'm looking forward to seeing ExxonMobil kind of pull back a little bit after going on like a 6-session and 10% win streak. I mean, I get that there's all kinds of geopolitical instability and oil is shot through the roof, but 6 straight winning days and 10% in a straight line is just very uncommon for especially an oil stock, right? So I'm expecting a nice little bit of pullback on Exxon. So what I did is I have sort of a 3-to-1 in terms of dollar amount position of puts versus calls, but the puts are for a October 18th expiration and the calls are for an October 11th expiration. So if for some odd reason Exxon continues to go parabolic, I'll cash in on the calls that are closer to expiration. If anything, I'll just average down on the puts because at some point that thing needs to pull back. Like, that's just not normal, right? So there you have it, guys. Welcome to my channel. Again, every day I'm going to be updating you with shorts on how my week is going. Hopefully it's not going too bad. Hopefully I make my weekly goals. I might as well just tell you now, my weekly goal is $1,000 a week of profits, at least 1,000. All right, hopefully more, and if it's a little bit less, it's fine. And if we lose, it's okay, because it's a long game as well. So guys, I hope that you like this video. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, drop a like, drop some comments. If you have any strategies, any ideas, whatever you want to do. I'm not a pro. I'm learning on a daily basis, like so many of you who are probably watching. Here's to making some money. Here's to me not looking like a complete and utter fool trading these options publicly in front of like all of you guys, so all of you guys can judge me and laugh and well, hopefully not laugh too much. Hopefully you'll be like, damn, that guy's good. Anyways, I'll see you guys shortly on my shorts. Best of luck trading this week. Thanks for joining.